Let us give thanks and praise to God for our independence and for guiding us through 55 years of independence.
And the grand celebration of our independence will culminate this weekend with grand gala events and fireworks in Kingston and Montego Bay. More information coming up in today's show. Hello and welcome to Jamaica Magazine. I'm Audrey Williams. Also in our lineup, contributions of small businesses and social enterprises to economic development. Plus, looking back at our journey to emancipation and the role one very special man played in achieving this. Please stay with us.
Nominations are now open for the 2017 Prime Minister's Youth Awards for Excellence. Persons 15 to 29 years old may apply and be recognized for their work in 11 exciting categories. There's also a Jamaica 55 commemorative category for youth engaged in community-based volunteerism. Access nomination forms by visiting moey.gov.jm, youthjamaica.com, or any youth information center across the island. Nominations close August 31.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, August 3. Minister of Education, Senator Ruel Reid, says strong action will be taken against school administrators and boards of management who continue to breach the government's non-mandatory fees policy. The minister's warning comes against the background of reports that several schools were imposing obligatory fees.
We're doing a lot to support our children, particularly the poor and vulnerable, and we are not going to allow school administrators to in any way thwart the government policy directive.
He says the ministry is providing enough funds to ensure schools can operate efficiently, and these payments are being made in a timely manner. The policy states that the non-mandatory registration packages for students should range from $1,000 to $5,000 for the 2017-2018 school year. The schools must ensure that discussions are held with their PTA regarding the contribution amount being requested. Cabinet has approved an interim cap of $40,000 monthly on all mobile telephone communications of government ministers and ministers of state. The interim policy was imposed as part of Prime Minister Andrew Holness's review of communication services of government ministers. At a Jamaica House press briefing Wednesday, Information Minister Senator Ruel Reid said the $40,000 should be for direct expenses of the ministry to which the minister is assigned. He also explained how government arrived at the interim cap.
Based on our survey of the rates, the usage, what we consider reasonable, to the extent that you have voice charges, you have data charges, opportunities to use Wi-Fi, roaming charges, etc. We came down, having done the survey, that certainly 40,000 was a reasonable amount, and by consensus the cabinet reviewed the proposal and we agreed on that.
Minister Reid said cabinet was also considering retroactive payments to be paid by ministers up to January of 2017. Transport and Mining Minister Mike Henry says the fight will continue for compensation to be paid to the descendants of enslaved Africans in Jamaica and elsewhere. Mr. Henry, who was representing Prime Minister Andrew Holness at the Emancipation Jubilee early Tuesday morning, says reparations should go beyond an apology.
I stand on the monument of history. I stand before you revitalized in endeavor because reparations as a gesture must be making the rights and wrongs of the past. Must be inevitable. And so, if you have paid the slave owners, pay the slaves.
Jamaicans from all walks of life converged at the Seville Heritage Park for the annual Emancipation Jubilee, which was held to commemorate the memory and contributions of Jamaica's African ancestors. Jointly organized by the Jamaica National Heritage Trust and the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, this year's renewal of the event was held under the theme Jamaica 55, Make We Keep Jubilee Alive. Come tomorrow, Jamaicans in the western part of the island will celebrate Jamaica 55 with their own Independence Village. The village will be opened until Independence Day at the closed Harbor Beach, otherwise known as Dump Up Beach in Montego Bay, St. James. The event is organized by the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission as part of activities to commemorate the country's emancipation and independence under the theme Celebrating Jamaicans at Home and Abroad. A ceremony will begin at noon on Friday to officially open the village. This will be followed by a festival bandwagon concert featuring local talents from the West. The three-day event will also feature rides and attractions, display booths and promotional displays, a kiddies village, food court, and nightly concerts. All events are free to the public. And finally, the Jamaica 55 celebrations will continue with an honor to former Prime Minister Edward Seaga and international recording artist Jimmy Cliff at the 2017 staging of Independence Grand Gala celebration on August 6. Culture and Entertainment Minister Olivia Grange made the announcement at a recent think tank session at her office. Mr. Seaga is being honored as the only surviving member of the 1962 Parliament and the committee that framed our Constitution, as well as his role in establishing several national institutions.
We plan to read a citation on the night at the Grand Gala that will chronicle all that he has done, so Jamaicans at home and abroad will appreciate the contribution that he has made to the development of Jamaica.
For taking Jamaican music to the world, Jimmy Cliff will be honored in Kingston as well as in Montego Bay.
When he will receive the key to the city from Mayor Homer Davis, and Gloucester Avenue will be renamed in his honor.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
We want a productive Jamaica. We are not productive Jamaicans. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity is the way to go for all us Jamaicans. Small business, big business, old and young, we are tell every woman and man. We want growth and prosperity for a better nation with a building plan. So we can build our product and sell our product and put more money in our hand. Our economy can rise to a level and build a better nation. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity.
Productivity, Pathway to Prosperity. A message brought to you by the Jamaica Productivity Center, a department of the Ministry of Labor and Social Security.
Continuous economic growth for Jamaica. That's the mission. And small businesses and social enterprises have been eking out pathways to accomplishing this. Their contributions have been extensive. Get the details next.
If it is that one day you're not feeling well or you have somebody who needs care at home, what we will do is that we'll have one of our nurses or our doctors come in and take care of the person.
Jamaica is cultivating an entrepreneurial culture, and young people like former fashion designer Chanel Francis are leading the way. It's estimated that over 90% of new jobs in Jamaica are created by small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs. This surge in the SME sector is driven by a new passion for entrepreneurship, government policies, and public-private partnerships. The Small Business Association is ensuring that entrepreneurs are aware of assistance programs. Programs like the Voucher for Technical Assistance to help SMEs with financial statements, business and marketing plans, and other technical needs. It's the result of a partnership between the Development Bank of Jamaica and the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica. And companies such as the National Bakery have been pouring millions into philanthropic ventures that support SMEs. The Bold Ones is one such program where assistance is provided to selected SMEs in the manufacturing sector to market their products, grow their companies, and employ more Jamaicans. The junior market of the Jamaica Stock Exchange is helping to build the sector by providing a platform for SMEs to increase funds and raise the profile of their business. The government of Jamaica is also playing its part to develop a flourishing SME sector.
My mission is to elevate the MSMEs to a formal and structured sector in the Jamaican economy and to accord them the dignity they deserve as critical contributors to national building.
To help achieve this goal, the government has established an office to roll out its SME and entrepreneurship policy. Some of the key areas of focus include cutting the bureaucracy and regulatory costs of setting up and operating businesses. The government is also providing business development support through organizations like the Jamaica Business Development Corporation and Startup Jamaica. There is greater access to financing. SMEs can now use non-traditional assets as collateral. They can also benefit from a $30 million loan facility through the Exim Bank and the Jamaica Manufacturers Association. But it's not just the SME sector that's vibrant. Social enterprises are also making a profit and making a difference. One example is the Jamaica School for Social Entrepreneurship. It targets individuals and groups that run businesses for the social and environmental benefit of their communities. Returning residents and members of the Jamaican diaspora have also been active, and they are benefiting from the support of projects like the JN Foundation Social Enterprise Boost Initiative, or SEBI. This JN USAID project has been helping grant-funded operations transition into viable, profit-making businesses to support their social missions. Through SEBI, more than 130 community members have been employed in social enterprises, and some $37.7 million Jamaican dollars in revenue has been generated. Another initiative that's helping social enterprises is JN's iSupport Jamaica platform. Because of iSupport, projects under the Jamaica Diaspora Task Force on Education and many others are being exposed to crowdfunding. Thanks to the big ideas and boldness of small, medium-sized and social enterprises, coupled with enabling government policies and partnerships across sectors, Jamaica's small, medium-sized and social enterprises are making profits, creating employment and making a difference across the island.
Nutritious food, succulent dishes, superior workmanship, and excellent service. Jamaica is on the go. Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Let's harness the indomitable spirit of our most valued resource, our people. Let's support our local businesses. After all, buying Jamaican means building Jamaica.
Let us give thanks for our ancestors, the many men and women whose blood was shed and who gave their lives to purchase our freedom. We owe them a tremendous debt. Let us honor them by ensuring that we do all we can to complete their work by becoming the great people, the great nation, and the great country that we were meant to be.
With that said, let's reflect on the sacrifice made by one of our very own during the country's post-emancipation period.
In the early 1800s, the wealthy Scottish planter Joseph Gordon owned a large sugar estate in the parish of St. Andrew and lived in a beautiful Georgian great house on its grounds. In 1820, Joseph Gordon fathered a son with a slave woman. He was named George William Gordon. George William was not born a slave, although he was born before emancipation. He spent most of his childhood in the house set up by his father for his children born of this slave woman. From an early age, George William's father noticed his keen interest in books and encouraged him to study. The young Gordon was also a great orator and took part in religious debates at an early age. Gordon's commitment to religion never waned. He started an independent Baptist organization and erected a tabernacle in Kingston where he often preached. Gordon helped his followers to open chapels in many parts of the island and also ordained several deacons, including Paul Bogle of Stony Gut. In later years, this educated gentleman became a successful businessman. He concentrated on buying and leasing lands, which he cut up and sold or sublet cheaply to the Negro peasants, who at the time had great difficulty obtaining land. He also sold them livestock and organized a marketing system through which they could sell their produce at fair prices. Emancipation was not a welcome change for most of the planter class in Jamaica, and many tried by various means to hinder the progress of blacks. Gordon was a member of the wealthy middle class who did his best to help the free slaves. When he entered politics, he used this medium to speak out frequently about the unjust treatment of this group. By 1865, the social and economic crisis in Jamaica had reached a dangerous level. The harshness and insensitivity of the then Governor Edward Eyre did nothing to relieve the tension. Gordon was outraged by the conditions he saw. Although he wanted to see a change in the social and material conditions of the blacks, he never advocated violence as a means of achieving this change. As a member of the Jamaican Assembly, he spoke out on behalf of the poor Negroes and bitterly criticized Governor Eyre. It was therefore ironic that he was blamed for instigating and supporting the Morant Bay Rebellion in St. Thomas. Despite the lack of evidence, Governor Eyre issued a warrant for his arrest. On hearing this, George William Gordon gave himself up to the authorities and was quickly taken to Morant Bay, where he was illegally tried and sentenced to death. Gordon was hanged with 18 other persons on October 23, 1865. The residential area, now known as Cherry Gardens, is the former estate where George William Gordon was born.
Let's celebrate Jamaica to the world. Fastest man in the world. First Jamaican woman to win gold in Olympic 100-meter sprint. An upcoming global superstar. Mouth-watering meals. And a vibrant set of people. We are Jamaicans. Let's get together and bring back the love.
Up next, important calendar events to note.
The ministry is spearheading the national celebratory events, principally through the Jamaica 55 Secretariat and the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, as well as the Jamaica National Heritage Trust. We're very fortunate this year because Independence Day is on the 6th of August, which falls on a Sunday. So we now have Brata on the Monday, the 7th, and the fireworks will be carried on both days. So the Grand Gala fireworks will be the most spectacular. And on the 7th, on the Monday, the fireworks will even be more explosive downtown Kingston at the Grand Market. And this has been made possible through collaboration with the People's Republic of China. And at the Grand Gala in Kingston, there'll be two very, very special segments. There is a segment where the Most Honorable Edward Seaga will be honored. He's the only surviving member of the 1962 Parliament and of that committee that framed our Constitution. And so he will be given special honor and tribute at the Grand Gala in Kingston at the National Stadium. And On that occasion, Jamaicans will have an opportunity to see him and to applaud his work over the years. We will also be honoring another Jamaican, and that Jamaican is the Honorable Jimmy Cliff. As a pioneer of the music, as someone who has carried Jamaican music to the world, he will also be honored in Kingston at the Grand Gala. And he will also be honored in Montego Bay when he will receive the key to the city from Mayor Homer Davis, and Gloucester Avenue will be renamed in his honor.
We're very pleased to announce for the Jamaica Independence Grand Gala this year that Etana, Ernest Smith, Bugle, Vegas, Ding Dong, Admiral Bailey, Kukudo, Jermaine Edwards will lead a stellar lineup, a stellar show to celebrate and commemorate Jamaicans at home and abroad. The gala this year is called The Marvels of Jamaica, and unlike many other years, the focus is diverse in presentation. You're going to get a nice treat of our folk tales, River Muma, Doppy, all sort of pirates and interesting features in the gala. We're also going to be focusing on the marvel of the Jamaican environment, partnering with the NEPA to help us to go through and explore those issues there. We are also announcing that tickets for the Grand Gala are available as at August 1 at Tasty, Crossroads Downtown and Portmore. You can go get your tickets there. And we also would have tickets available distributed daily in the Independence Festival Village, which is at the National Arena. And of course, the JCDC and our partners, GIS, or the government agencies will be streaming the gala. So wherever you are in the world, tap in and watch it. Gates open at 3 o'clock, showtime 6. We're encouraging you to come out early, be on time. Remember that you must have a ticket to be admitted to the National Stadium. We're also advising you that tickets for the Grand Gala are not for sale.
Our Mellow-go-round, which is one of our most popular events, will be on the 3rd, and this, as usual, will be extremely exciting. We have our reggae dance competition or championship on the 4th, and on the 5th, the Kingston Reggae Night Show will be the exciting lineup of a number of artists. I encourage you to purchase your tickets for the Festival Village early. So be early so that you can be in the arena in time for the start of our show. Show starts at 8 p.m. each night. So come to the arena very early, enjoy the shops that are in display with the various items of our history and our culture within the village. The village opens at midday each day, and it will be opened until the end of the show. So literally we go to 11 p.m.
Everybody come, rock this music, swing this music, dance this music.
We will have a major event in Western Jamaica where there will be the Western Independence Festival Village at the Dump Up Beach. Over the 3-day period, activities will be there. During the day, the kids can go there and enjoy the fun and the rides. And then at night, there'll be a number of events from August 4 to August 6, when we will have the Western Gala on the 6th.
Put on your calico shirt and your knee and skirt and have a grand time, a nice time, a sweet time. Sing along with me. Sing. nation.
Not just by some, but by everyone.
Yes, we must work hard to keep our country alive and export more in order to survive.
What Jamaica needs now is greater conservation, not just by some, but by the entire nation. If we use less gasoline and electricity, we'll save more in exchange to benefit our country. What Jamaica needs now, what Jamaica needs now is greater productivity. That's what Jamaica needs now. What Jamaica needs now, what Jamaica needs now is our strength and unity. That's what Jamaica needs now.
What we need to do is buy Jamaican, not just food, clothes, but even our vacation.
We'll create more jobs for our people, you'll see, and make Jamaica a better place for you and me. What Jamaica needs now, what Jamaica needs now is greater productivity. That's what Jamaica needs now. What Jamaica needs now, what Jamaica needs now is our strength and unity. That's what Jamaica needs now. What Jamaica needs now, what Jamaica needs now is our responsibility. That's what Jamaica needs now. What Jamaica needs now, what Jamaica needs now is greater productivity. That's what Jamaica needs now. What Jamaica needs now, what Jamaica needs now is our strength and unity. That's what Jamaica needs now.
We've come to the end of our show, but we'll have another one for you tomorrow. Until then, click on our website, jis.gov.jm, to stay connected. And while you're online, send us your feedback to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm or via tweet at JIS News. On behalf of the production crew, I'm Audrey Williams. Take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.